Hello and welcome to 2019 Ball Hockey World Championships Day 3. We are in Steel Arena Košice to witness a group stage encounter between Haiti and Canada. The favorite for this game is quite obvious, as Canada is defending the silver medal from last year's World Championships in Czech Republic in 2017. Haiti on the other side is finished 13th and has to be considered an outsider for this game. But let's find out whether those predictions are accurate. So the opening face-off is ready to take place. Canada so far has 2 victories. Haiti has lost its only game. And Canadians win opening face-off, and immediate shot at the goaltender Lindsay Augustine. So we are expecting quite a one-sided affair. Martel, and on the blue line, pass. So as expected, Canadians begin with a bit of pressure. Obviously they play in red jerseys, Haiti in black combination. Battle for ball, but Canada still maintains possession. This is Maiolino, who is fighting to get open, but he comes for a change as well as his line mates, and it's gonna be an icing. Ball is coming to Canada offensive zone again. We're taking a look at Haiti staff members and Canadian bench. Donaghy lost the face-off, but he retrieves the ball and centers. But it's a shot from the point from Bill Marshall. Behind the net is Connor Donaghy, battling along the boards. Haiti players are quite aggressive, and there's a whistle, and I think there was a player in the crease, so game is coming outside of the offensive zone. Here is Kevin Reed. Haiti lost its only game to Greece 5-2, and Canada won 6-4 against Italy so far in the tournament, and they also beat Switzerland, which played the previous game here at Steel Arena against Italy, and Canada beat Switzerland 3-0. So they have 2 wins. This looks like a tripping penalty, and it's going to be called. So Canada is going to have the first power play in the game. And it was Gibson Amy who is heading to the box for tripping. So the first opportunity for Canadians to take the lead. Not much question about the call. Canadians already win the face-off, and they can set up the attack. Crocker, shot stopped by Leonard or Augustine. Another shot from a point, but it deflects from behind the net, and the play comes all the way back to David Yerham in Canada goal. So far he didn't have much work. Still Canada power play, screening in front by Sean Hannon. He's fighting for the puck, but Haiti manages to clear, and they can go for a change. Canada continues the power play with a new unit, but there's a whistle. This is probably the biggest Team Canada, along with Danik Martel, assistant captain Jordan Escott. So face-off will come all the way back to Canada blue line, and Haiti won. But now Canada maintains possession. So the first minute of the power play is already gone, and not too many chances by Canada. Reed, Escott, back to Reed and back to Escott. He's got quite some space, but passes to the point, the one-timer, and there's a rebound in front. Jordan, or it was Kevin Reed who had the chance. He was all alone in the crease but couldn't capitalize, so still 25 seconds to go on this power play. It was the biggest chance so far, another one-timer, this time from Joel Anderson. Anderson again. Escott. He passes in front, and there was a stick of Jordan Maher. But deflection was just wide. And the power play is now over, but Canadians still control the ball in the offensive zone. Pass couldn't be reached by Joel Anderson, so Haiti can clear and go for a change and regroup after the first successful penalty kill of the game. Behind the net, Ian Downs organizes his teammates. So far, no scoring between the two sides. It's still goalless, but Canada obviously has controlled the pace of the game so far. Scott Holden. Transition to the offensive zone is okay, and Canadians can continue. Ian Downs. Behind the net, Scott Holden. But he passes the ball too far ahead. So Canadians have to retrieve, and they go for another change. Fresh forces come on the field, and a good sprint by Danik Martel, who was already close to the net but couldn't finish. But again, he's got a good pass ahead, and Martel shot it just wide of the net. Again, Martel, good protection of the ball, and another chance, this time in front of the crease, and another chance by Danik. Martel opens the scoring. Canada leads 1-0. It was already quite a good shift by Canadians. They spent a lot of time in the offensive zone, and this time they finally score. First it was this chance by Justin Maiolino, and then he backhanded the puck back in front of the net where Danik Martel was waiting for it, and he opens the scoring. So first goal allowed by Lindsay Augustine in Haiti net. He's had quite some work in the opening 5.5 minutes. So Canada leads 1-0. Haiti still doesn't have a shot on goal. But this time they have the ball on their stick. Obviously, Haiti is a big underdog in this game. We don't expect much from them. Another shot from the point by Jordan Escott. So far he's been one of the more active Canadians. Pierre waits for his teammates, and now he Makes the pass, but it's intercepted, and Canada can start another attack. And a good run by Jordan Maher, and he scores! Jordan Maher makes it 2-0. So Canada immediately takes a 2-goal lead. Jordan Maher had too much space. He showed his speed. You can see how he ran between two Haiti players and finished on the glove side of Lindsey Augustine. Pierre was there too late. He tried to trip Maiolino with a stick, but it was already too late. So still nearly 7 minutes have been played, and while Haiti still doesn't have a shot on goal, Canada already has 2 goals and they lead 2-0. So Jordan Maher, the goal scorer, and the first goal was scored by Danik Martel. Those are your 2 goal scorers so far in this afternoon's game. Canadians win the face-off in their zone, and they already outnumbered Haiti players, and he was waiting for a pass. Marcel Mallet, but his teammate couldn't quite reach him, so Canadians had to start all over again. Good deke by Marcel Mallet. Finds the open man, and there's a big shot. And a chance for rebound, but Jordan Maher, who already scored, couldn't get to the ball, so Canadians go for a change as well as their opponents. We were still waiting for some opportunity for Haiti to threaten David Yarham in Canada goal. So far he's had no work, basically. Man, there's a shot, maybe the first one for Haiti from the stick of Patrick Raphael, the 44-year-old in Haiti jersey. Haiti has several 40-year-old players. Jean-Marie Loiseau is 43, Bremond Dejust is 42, and Einol Ben-Amé is 47, so a lot of experienced players. Canada doesn't have such an old team, mostly a lot of young guys suiting up for Canada as this year's Ball Hockey World Championships. Another chance, too much space for Ian Downs, who tried it from the slot, but his shot was blocked. And Haiti tries it from the same spot. Mackenzie John Charles. Made the last attempt, but the ball went out of bounds into the protective netting. So another face-off in the offensive zone. In the last couple of minutes, Haiti has managed some attacks, but were not successful. Again, the speed of Canadian players is quite obvious. This time it was Danik Martel again who showed off his sprint. And there's another tripping call, and it will go against the Haiti players again. This time it was number 92, Stephen John Denis, who will sit for 2 minutes, hopefully, for Haiti, unless Canadians can take advantage. Gianluca Palotta was the man tripped. Last situation, so another 5-on-4. Power play for Canada. Pallotta passes back to Martel, who puts the puck on net, but this was another tough save by Lindsay Augustine. Here is Danik Martel. Obviously, he's had success in hockey as well. He played NHL games for Tampa Bay Lightning last year. And he's quite a star compared to some of the players he faces. It's a good off-season activity for hockey players to play ball hockey. And Canadians make the most of it. And as I said earlier, they are defending silver medal from the World Championships in 2017 in Pardubice. But let's get back to the game, because there's a big chance for Jordan Crocker, who was head-to-head with Lindsay Augustine. Again, a nice pass by Danik Martel, who found his teammate open at the blue line, but Jordan Crocker couldn't finish. So another face-off on the power play for Canada. But this time Haiti wins and they can clear. And they managed to do it. DeJuiced was the one who shot the puck, or the ball rather, all the way back to David Yarham. But Canadians are again threatening in the offensive zone. Anderson. This time it's Jordan Escott on right wing. He tries a cross-ice pass, but it was deflected, and ball goes back to David Yarham, who already played the ball, and Kevin Reed tries to retrieve the dumped ball, but this time it's a battle along the boards, which Canada wins, so they can set up the power play again. Hard shot from the point by Joel Anderson, but it goes wide, and Haiti again kills a penalty. So still score is 2-0 for Canada. Haiti managed to survive both Canadian power plays, and they can make their own attack again, but quickly turns back on the other side. It's Kevin Reed waiting for his teammates who came off the bench, but it was not too accurate. This time try from Billy Cherubin goes to waste as Gianluca Pallotta took the puck away from him, and there's another chance for Canada, this time from the left wing. A shot from Landon Berkeley. And he goes back to retrieve the ball, but he gets hit hard. And there's going to be another power play for Canada. The third one already in the first period. As we are approaching the end of the first 15 minutes. And it's going to be boarding against number 91, Mackenzie John Charles. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be the second time this man has sat in the box for 2 minutes. So let's see whether Haiti can kill off another penalty. So far they've been quite successful on the kill. Canada wins face-off, and Martel sets it up. One-timer Martel. Hard shot, but it goes wide of net. Crocker, and he gets a one-timer back. Jordan Crocker. But Augustine didn't have to make a save on his shot. Again, Canadians, they are coming closer and closer to the net. Another shot and a rebound right in front, but controlled by Lindsay Augustine. So Haiti, goalkeeper, has had quite some work on this one-timer by Jordan Crocker. He didn't have to make a save, but he didn't allow a rebound on the second shot. So Canada is still goalless on the power play. In this game, they scored 2 at even strength by means of Jordan Maher and Danik Martel. Those are your 2 goal scorers so far in this second game at Steel Arena. But Canada has a chance again. Reed, and then a hard shot which hits Haiti goalkeeper right into the neck area, and it's gonna be, the play is gonna be blown because Lindsay Augustine took the shot from Joel Anderson in the sensitive area. You can take a look at it once again. Oh, it was in the mask, so member of Haiti staff comes to check on the goalkeeper, see if everything's okay. Obviously, these hard shots can cause a concussion, or they can lead to an injury. So let's hope Haiti goalkeeper will be okay. Or it was a shot from Jordan Escott rather, which causes the stoppage in play. And Haiti coach is giving advice to his players. Not so far so good, at least on the penalty kill for Haiti. They didn't manage much in the offensive zone, but at least they can hold their ground on the penalty kill. Lemmy loses the face-off, so Canada can set up again. Escott, Kevin Reed in the corner. But Canada manages to take the ball back to the blue line. Anderson is waiting for a one-timer, but the pass wasn't so accurate. Instead, a wrist shot. But Canada still with the ball. Anderson. He looks for a stick of Connor Donaghy. Another shot is deflected. And Canada power play once again is coming to an end. So Haiti manages to successfully defend 3 Canadian power plays in the first period. But certainly it wasn't for the lack of trying of Canadians, who put a lot of shots on net, but couldn't add a 3rd goal to their resume. So still they lead 2-0. The goal by Danik Martel was already his 2nd at this year's ball hockey World Championships. He also scored against Italy, the game which Canada won 6-4, so it was quite a close encounter, but Canada managed to get on top, and they also lead in this game, and they are on the way for another 3 points. This time it's Jordan Maher, who's got some open space, but Haiti defense takes the ball away from him. ball is dumped, but you could have heard the horn, which sounded at the end of the first period. Canada leads Haiti 2-0, and we're gonna come back to Steel Arena again in 10 minutes. Welcome back to Steel Arena Košice, where Canada takes on Haiti in Ball Hockey World Championships Day 3. So far, so good for Canadians, who lead 2-0 thanks to goals by Jordan Maher and Danik Martel. But it is Haiti who's got the first chance in the second period, and it is the biggest chance in the game so far. It was Patrick Sherry who found a juicy rebound in front of David Yarham, but he was able to cover the ball with his glove. So still Haiti is scoreless, but it's a good sign that they managed to get a shot on goal and also the rebound, and they continue with attack. Behind the net, Patrick Raphael battle along the boards, but this time it's Canadians who come away with the ball. Joel Anderson dumps it along the boards, and it's not gonna be an icing, so Canada continues to build the attack. Remy Lawrencel, but there's another whistle and another penalty for hooking. And this time it's gonna be Haiti power play, because Landon Berkeley heads to the box for 2 minutes. So first opportunity for Haiti, who already began the second period in better fashion. They are still scoreless, but at least they created some chances. And this is probably the biggest chance of the game for them on the power play. Four players waiting on the blue line to get the ball, which is dumped in, and Haiti sets up their power play, and a good pass in front of the net where it was deflected. A big shot from a one-timer by Hendrix Maroney, but Canada clears, and at least one forward can go for a change. Again, so Canada can complete change remaining 3 players. Some fresh bodies on the surface for Canada. Face off. Scott Holborn ready in it for Canada, and he does. And immediate shot from the face off. So even on the penalty kill, Canada threatens the Haiti goal. Again, it's Bill Marshall who protects the ball well with his body, and he clears. So another vital seconds for Canada on the penalty kill. Ball goes back to Lindsay Augustine, who started another power play attack for Haiti, but it goes nowhere again. So far, Canada is defending very easily on this power play, and they can start their own attack again. And a good pass in front of the net, which leads to a goal by Jordan Maher. So he scores for the second time in this game. 2 goals for Canadian forward, but it was a good play by Jordan Crocker, who set him up for the goal. And I think it was still a short-handed, so Canada didn't capitalize on 3 power plays in the first period, but they managed to score a short-handed goal instead. And it's Jordan Maher, but again, let's praise the work of Jordan Crocker, who found the open man. And Canada leads 3-0, and Canadians have the game completely under control. Katie had quite a good start to the second period, but couldn't score, so Canada took advantage. And then Berkeley circles in the offensive zone. And again, play stops. And a nice setup by Jordan Crocker on the 3rd Canada goal. Jordan Maher needs 1 goal for a hat trick. Maybe his teammates will look for him in the coming minutes. Still, it's only the start of the second period. And again, from behind the net, Canada goes in front of it. At this time it was Jordan Maher again. Haiti has some time to set up the attack, but it's not accurate, and Jordan Crocker passes to Jordan Maher, the same combination which led to 3rd goal. Transition to the offensive zone is okay, so Canada continues. There was no offside, but this time Haiti gets a chance, and a great save by David Yarham, who stops Jerry Bennell on the breakaway. The biggest chance for Haiti in this game, definitely. Jerry Bennell was all alone against David Yarham. He tried a ground shot, but was not successful again. Haiti. This time they go behind the net. Ainulil Bain Ame passes the puck the ball to the blue line, but it goes back to him again. He turns. There are 3 Haiti players, and the net is off, so whistle has to be blown. But let's take a look again at the biggest chance for Haiti in this game. Gary Bonnell tried to put the ball past David Yarham, but he stopped him with a good pad save. And he still maintains a clean sheet in this game. Canada has allowed 4 goals so far in the tournament, and all of them came in a game against Italy. They won 6-4, and this time they are still in position to add another clean sheet. Martel sprints after the ball. You can see how he's active, how he wants to forecheck and retrieve the ball. But this time he was not successful. He dumps the ball behind the net where it's David Yarham who has to play it. And he did quite good on it. Canada can start the attack, but this dig from Henning Martel wasn't so good, but he manages to earn another power play for Canada. Already with 6 men on the field, and another chance, backhander, but a good stop by Lindsey Augustine. And I was already playing 6-on-5 at the moment, and it was Sean Hannon who had the chance, but good save by Lindsey Augustine, who stopped the backhanded deke. Sean Hannon, meanwhile, player number 29 gets to sit for 2 minutes in the box. It's Holly John Charles. So another opportunity for Canadians on the power play. So far they haven't scored in the man advantage, but they did score short-handed a couple of minutes ago by means of Jordan Maher. They already had a quite a good chance. There's one a chance for a breakaway for DeJuste, but he couldn't quite reach the ball in the offensive zone, and a good transition by Canada, and they score for the 4th time in this game. And it's number 7, Kevin Reed, who gives his team a 4-goal lead. That is quite a cushion. Excellent transition by Canada, and even a better shot by Kevin Reed on the stick side of Lindsey Augustine, who couldn't quite get to the shot. So Canada in control. They lead it 4-0, and Haiti still cannot answer. And also the first power play goal for Canada in this game. So 4th time's the charm for Canadians. They score on their 4th power play, and they have a commanding lead. But obviously they want to add some more goals. This time a lot of space for Scott Holben. He tried a backhander, but again was stopped by Lindsey Augustine. Battle with the goalkeeper on the Canadian side, but this is again a chance for Landon Berkeley, who try the shot, but not a save by Lindsey Augustine. Many times Canadians find themselves ahead of Haiti players, and they have many odd man rushes, 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, and they are able to capitalize on the chances again. There's a backhanded deke by Marcel Mollet right after the face-off, and it was a great opportunity to score for the 5th time, but again, Lindsey Augustine stood tall. So it's still a 4-goal lead, Haiti. But the pass is offside, so the game will come outside of Haiti offensive zone. Let's take a look at the chance from a couple of seconds ago, right from the face-off. Marcel Mollet was left all alone in front of Lindsey Augustine, but he couldn't finish, so Canada has to try again. Remy Laurencel. Good pass to Danning Martel, who had a chance. The ball got to him in an unlikely fashion because there were many stakes in the way. Another pass gets deflected, and good physical play on Justin Maiolino. But Canada still maintains possession, and they had another great chance, but couldn't score. So maybe this time Haiti will clear the ball, but still they didn't do it. And now they got a 2-on-1. Good combination. A big chance for Haiti, but there's a stick on the ground of one of the Canadian players. It was Dylan Churchwell, who will sit in the box for 2 minutes for throwing his stick. Obviously you cannot do that because he prevented Haiti from taking a shot on goal, and it was 3-on-1, so the second power play for Haiti in this game, with 5 minutes left in the second period. And another great opportunity for them to score, make it a 3-goal game. Shot from the point gets deflected, but Canada doesn't clear. One-timer way over the net, and again in their own penalty kill, Canadians can break, but ball ends up in the protective netting, so face-off is gonna take place in the center, or rather in the neutral zone. Gets stuck in the netting from the previous play. Haiti continues their power play again, and they have a chance to go 2-on-1, and chance for I think it was Loazo, but Arham made a save. Lasser made a pass to Mainle Biename, who had the chance. And there's going to be another penalty for Canada. This time it's Landon Berkeley who heads to the box. And there is already Dylan Churchwell. So 5-on-3 power play, biggest opportunity in this game for Haiti to finally score. They have more than 1 minute of two-man advantage, so they can set up the attack. Obviously, in the two-man advantage, you can go a lot closer to the goalkeeper and take more dangerous shots. That is exactly what the Haiti players are doing. Ball bounces, but it's controlled again. A one-timer, it's blocked. Excellent work by Canadians on their penalty kill, and now they can clear. Scott Holben was the one who made the clearance, and a kicked ball, but unsuccessful again. Haiti players try to retrieve the ball, and they do. Sherry passes back to the point. The shot by Mackenzie Jean-Charles. There were bodies in front. Rafael was screening in front of the goal, but the shot was too high. And an opportunity from last couple of seconds where Rafael had a chance in front of the crease, but he tried to kick the ball, and obviously the goal wouldn't have counted. And Canada is back to 4 players. You can see Churchwell rushes back to the game. Again, the net is off, but this time the whistle is not blown. And Canada clears. They managed to survive the worst. They killed off the 5-on-3 power play. Now they have to face 5-on-4, a man advantage for another 20 seconds. And they made a error on the pass, and Canada can attack again. Remy Laurencel couldn't quite get to the ball. It would have been a great opportunity, but Canada now plays at full strength. So again, 5 players apiece, and you can see the odd man rush 4-on-1. But Haiti players get back quite quickly. Canada makes it too fancy on this play. Too many passes and no shots, so still it's 4-0 for Canada. Connor Donaghy along the boards, passes to Kevin Reed, who finds the open man. And a wrist shot by Remy Laurencel goes way wide of the net. Good play for Haiti, but they couldn't get too far. Again, a lot of open space. A shot by Jordan Escott. Reed. Pressure by Canadians. Reed in front of the crease, but the ball didn't get to him. Escott. Donaghy. Still Donaghy with the ball on his stick. He couldn't get it to Jordan Escott, but now he does. Justin Maiolino. Dangerous shot, but Haiti can finally clear and go for a change. At least one of the players does. Canada with another attack. This time it's stopped. Players need to tag up, and they can attack again. Martel looks for the open man, but his pass gets deflected. And now Haiti can clear. A lot of the players are exhausted. They couldn't get to the bench, and now they do. After a good minute and a half spent in their own zone. Again, a shot by Justin Maiolino. We are already in the last minute of the second period and leads 4-0. It has a couple of seconds left to try another shot, which is blocked in front of Lindsey Augustine. He will want to finish this period without allowing another goal, and they do because the horn sounds. So Canada leads after 30 minutes by 4-0 against Haiti. You can take a look at the short-ended goal by Jordan Maher, and then Kevin Reed also scored. So after 2 periods, Canada leads Haiti 4-0. Everything is ready for the start of the third period in the game between Canada and Haiti, which is already quite one-sided so far. Canada leads 4-0 and is on its way to third victory at this year's Ball Hockey World Championships, and they can add even more goals in the third. And the first chance, Sean Hannon, he was tripped up or lost his balance, but no call was made, so Haiti can set up the attack, but Canada on a high forecheck. Jerry Benal, who had perhaps the biggest chance of the game so far for Haiti, retrieves the ball but couldn't get it. Anderson on the point. Finds Malay. Anderson immediately takes his spot. Maher, who scored 2 goals, gets the ball back to Marcel Malay along the boards. He goes behind the net. We'll look for an open teammate in front of the crease, but all Canada players are covered, and Malay can take a small break while his teammates change, and even some Haiti players do. A hard shot by Scott Holben, and this time it looked like a puck is gonna be covered by Lindsey Augustine, but he couldn't get the ball under his glove. So with 13 minutes to go, still a scoreless third period. Canada again the much more active side, and this time Lindsey Augustine does cover the ball. So face off coming up in the offensive zone. Scott Holben's gonna take it. He loses to Mackenzie John Charles, one of 3 brothers in a Haiti team. Don John Charles, Holly John Charles, and Mackenzie John Charles. All 3 of them represent Haiti on the international stage. And another interesting fact about this team is that George Larac is the team leader, a name which is quite familiar with all NHL fans. George Larac was well known for dropping the gloves. He was a great fighter back in the day, but now the NHL has changed. Not many fights nowadays in the National Hockey League. And George Larac is obviously a big fan of ball hockey. That's why he brought his team here to Slovakia to compete. But it's not the first championships for Haiti. Let's get back to the game. Canada again set up in the O-zone. Puck is dumped in, and it causes problems for Lindsay Augustine, but Haiti clears. And again, quite a situation in front of Augustine. The net was again off its warning, so another face-off to his right. This time it's gonna be Charles Placer against Jordan Escott. Canadian win. Always deflected, but Kevin Reed retrieves it. He's the man who scored the 4th goal for Canada, and he put this ball on net as well. But it's an easy save for Lindsay Augustine. Perhaps more importantly, games will come for both teams this year. So, Ball Hockey World Championships. Canada has bigger rivals than Haiti, and also Haiti players are likelier to be competitive against weaker sides. The net is off. This time all the way. Lindsay Augustine is the busiest man on Haiti's side. He's had to face many shots, and he stopped most of them. We don't have the exact number of shots on goal, but it is quite certain that Haiti goaltender has been the man for his side today. Not a lot of offense from players in black. Maybe it will change. Dangerous shot stopped by David Yarham, who had to jump for it. Battle in the corner is won by Canadians, who can go forward. A lot of open space for them, and they score. It's Jordan Crocker. Again, Haiti players couldn't get back in time. Another odd man rush for Canada results in the 5th goal, scored by the 4th different players. Crocker got the ball from Marcel Mollet, who could have shot it himself, but instead found an open teammate, and Jordan Crocker finishes. So the first goal in the 3rd period, scored by Canadians. They still have 10 more minutes to score even more goals. Later Berkeley behind the net. Now along the boards, Mine Downs. Two Haiti players battling against him, but Downs still with the ball. He even manages to take a shot on goal. Berkeley comes up with the ball and another attempt. And a bit of a scramble. You can see how they just was quite angry with one of the Canadian players. It was Scott Holben. Both players shouting at each other, and both will sit perhaps for 2 minutes. So 4-on-4 ball hockey waits. And the Juiced was ready to drop the gloves against Scott Holben. He punched him well after the whistle and he wanted to go after him. Let's go. Scott Holben kept his cool. So 4-on-4. We haven't had this situation yet in this game, so let's see who deals with it the best. Tremblay is sprinting after it, but Canadians are the first one to get the ball over the top of the net. An interesting way of setting up the attack. Martel looks for the open man and finds him. It was Remy Laurencel. Got the perfect pass from Danik Martel all the way from the corner. You can take a look at it. These cross passes often cause a lot of problems for Haiti defense. The face-off in the offensive zone is won by Canada. Pat O'Keefe, the Deeks, but he loses control of the ball. Mackenzie, John Charles, but the play was offside, so face-off will come back to the neutral zone. Reed for change. Haiti coach still communicating with his players. Obviously, every goal you score will count when the group stage is over. And the goal differential is also very important. So that's why with 8 minutes left, neither team will stop trying. Again, 3-on-2, but this time Haiti gets back in time to eliminate the odd man rush. But Haiti just dumps the ball in the offensive zone, and it's an icing, so game will come back to Canada zone. Marcel Malay face off against Charles Lemmy.
Canadian player is more successful, and his teammates can set up the attack. Maher. On the point it's Gianluca Pallotta. Both teams are playing at full strength. But Canada still with the ball on their stick. This time DeJuiced takes it behind his own net. This time Canada is not so active on the forecheck. They let Heidi make the first pass, but they couldn't get too far. And Pallotta circles back behind the net and waits for new teammates. Obviously the tempo of the game has gone down quite a bit in the third, with the score being as it is. Berkeley, another chance, but it's deflected into the neutral zone. Lindsey Augustine had to be very careful. Now he has to face another Canadian attack along the boards, and again it's Iron Downs. Man who got in a bit of a scramble with DeJuiced on the other side a couple of minutes ago. Canada still in control of the ball, and now it goes all the way back with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. In this game, Canada leads 5-0. The only goal in this period was scored by Jordan Crocker. And Haiti is still waiting for their first goal in this game, and maybe they will have to wait for another game. Still a clean sheet for David Yarham in Canada goal. He's had to remain focused, and now another great chance for Canada, and a one-timer. It's a goal, scored by Justin Maiolino. So Maiolino makes it 6-0. Good work by Danik Martel, who retrieved the ball and passed it on a one-timer to Justin Maiolino, the goal scorer. He was ready for it, a right-handed shot. And Lindsey Augustine had no chance to stop such a hard shot. So, Canada scores another 2 goals in this period. So far they've scored 2 in each one. So let's wait and see whether they can add another one in the last 4 minutes. Kevin Reed. He already has one of the 6 goals. He waits for a change. Passes it to Remy Laurencel. Now Joel Anderson. But he's not accurate with the pass, and Haiti can go on the attack. Well, there is many times before. It doesn't lead anywhere. Joel Anderson battling, and he dumps the ball behind the net. where Sean Hannon takes it. Another chance for Canada and another goal. And it's Sean Hannon who scores for the 7th time. So a commanding lead for Canada. From minute 1 they have been the much more active side. Take a look at the stick work by Sean Hannon. He lost the control of the ball for a small moment, but then he managed to put the ball back on his forehand, and he finished over the pad of Lindsey Augustine to make it 7-0. And as expected, the game is quite one-sided. Two Haiti players come after this dumped ball, but Canada retrieves it. And another quick attack by Canada. And then Berkeley ends up on the ground, but his teammates can continue the attack. A hard shot is stopped by Lindsey Augustine. And we are now in the last 2 minutes of the game. Such a good pass by Haiti, and great chance for Danick Martel. Another quick transition. Martel passes, but it's deflected by Haiti sticks. Battle in front of the crease is resolved by Lindsey Augustine, who covers for a face-off to his left. Danick Martel, certainly the biggest star of the entire tournament. The only player who has NHL experience. All the players competing in Košice this year. Palota passes behind that. Martel takes it from there, and he's got it all the way to go, and he scores his 2nd goal of the game. 8-0 Canada in the last minute. Danick Martel made a great individual effort in this goal. Took the ball and just ran with it from behind the net to the front of it, and he finishes over the helpless Lindsey Augustine. Was already down and couldn't do much with it. The speed of Danick Martel is also what sets him apart. He showed it in this goal. And Canada still doesn't have enough. They try for another goal. Hard shot by Justin Maiolino. With 20 seconds to go, a shot by Haiti and the rebound. This is perhaps the biggest chance of the 3rd period. And Martel is probably going to be the last man who touches the ball for Canada in this game. So it's all over. Canada was quite dominant, winning 8-0 in a solid performance. Meanwhile, Haiti, with the second loss in the tournament. I mentioned they lost to Greece in their opening match by a score of 5-2, and now they can start preparing for the next opponent. They face Switzerland tomorrow, and this could be quite an important game for them. Let's take a look at all the goals scored by one side. First one was courtesy of Denik Mertel. And a nice run by Jordan Maher, who also scored later in the game. This is his second goal, which came in short-handed. And we're still in the second period. Kevin Reed made it 4-0. And in the third, Canada added another 4 goals. First one was scored by this shot by Jordan Crocker. One-timer by Maialino. A good individual effort by Sean Hannon. And the last goal of the game was scored by the same player who opened the scoring, Denik Mertel. So let's get back to best players on each side, and deservedly Denik Mertel takes home the prize for the best player of the game on Canada side. And on Haiti's side it is the goaltender, Enzi Augustine, who takes home the trophy. So Canada wins its third consecutive game at this year's Ball Hockey World Championships, beating Haiti 8-0, and they can listen to "Oh Canada." So Canada beats Haiti 8-0, and they can rest before the next game, which they will play on Tuesday against Greece. So it's all from me for now. Let's keep watching the Ball Hockey World Championships in Košice, and goodbye.